Alrighty, folks, we got a few new entries into the rock stock inventory. Try to do a little video here to see what we've added to the collection. First up, Virgin Steele, Noble Savage. Now, coincidentally, this is the 2 CD set. Pete Pardo, Sea of Tranquility, they did the top 28 albums of 1985 in February. This was not on my list because I did not own it until like halfway through the month. It's been on my want list forever, but it's always been pretty pricey. This one showed up, and it was a little costly, but much cheaper than most copies. Good album. There's the back there. You can see, regardless of what kind of music you were playing, there was definitely an 80s look. Had to look and dress a certain way to try and get your videos on MTV. I don't think Virgin Steele ever got any videos on MTV. I never saw any of them. It's a good, solid album. It's got some 80s, definitely some 80s influence in it, as far as the straight up 80s heavy metal, as opposed to, but infused with the Virgin Steele US power metal sound. Good album. Horrible album cover. I remember seeing that album cover when I was like 16 years old, and I was like, oh no. Because I was still debating back in the day whether I was going to give Virgin Steele a shot, because, nobody around me listened to them, and they weren't getting played on the radio. But I remember that CD cover, or album cover, and saying, oh, nah, I think I'm going to pass on this one. And to capitalize on the shipping for that Virgin Steele album, I ordered this one. Never heard of these guys before. Let me see if I can do it without butchering the name too badly. Dagor, Sorhdeam, I believe. Brazilian power metal. It's kind of a mixture of Walls of Jericho and Rhapsody. So not quite as grandiose as Rhapsody, but in that vein, very European power metal sounding, even though they're from Brazil. Solid album. If that sounds like your cup of tea, check them out. And this one is the Night Eternal, Fatale, German band. I think this one came out in 2023. So it's been on the want list for a while. I must have heard this on like a YouTube channel and ordered it. Well, I had it, like I said, I had it on the want list because it was pretty pricey too. Not too bad, but just more than I wanted to spend on a band I didn't know anything about, and for a new CD. It's good. Singer has a lot of Danzig in him. The band sounds like a mixture of Unto Others and Fields of Nephilim. That's a little Danzig thrown in. A little gothic, maybe hints of Typo Negative in there. But more Unto Others and Fields of Nephilim and Danzig. Then we got Dragonne, US power metal from 1988 was it when this was originally released. Life Eternal mentioned this album on his channel. Sounded like something I'd be interested in, so I found this reissue from No Remorse Records. This was an EP released in '88, but they've added 4 bonus tracks on here. Good, solid US power metal, hints of thrash in there. The singer sounds like a I was going to say dime store Ray Gillen, but that sounds kind of harsh. He has very similar tone to Ray Gillen, just not, his voice isn't quite as dynamic as Ray Gillen's, but whose was. And then we have Sinister Realm. Also on Sea of Tranquility, John from Lair of the Alchemist was on. I'm drawing a blank. I meant to look up what they were discussing. May have been Doom, because this is his band. He mentioned his band, Sinister Realm. I looked him up on Metal Archives. And they have 3 releases. 2 of them had pretty good reviews. This is their debut. So I was like, well, I'll give this a chance. It's really quality stuff. He's a bass player, backing vocalist. Heavy Candlemass worship. So if you like Candlemass, you'll definitely like this. There's sprinklings of new wave of British heavy metal in here also, like Iron Maiden, Diamond Head. So it's a quality release. And then last but not least, we get a little Tom Petty, An American Treasure. This is a 4 CD set, chock full of stuff. It's about over 60 songs on here. And the great thing about the Tom Petty camp is when they release stuff like this, they always put in extra stuff. It's not just rehashing the same greatest hits as always. I mean, there are a couple of album tracks on here, but they are the less popular ones. And then you have like Surrender, a previously unreleased version, demos, live versions, alternate versions. There's some Mudcrutch on here. Couple songs. There's a couple of Tom Petty solo songs on here. But I'm a big fan of Tom Petty. You can keep your Bob Dylan and your Bruce Springsteen, your John Cougar Mellencamp. Almost said something else. You give me Tom Petty. I'll take Tom Petty all day. Alrighty, so there's 6 for the 6-pack. You guys let me know what you've been picking up. Have a good one.